Hey everybody, I'm Cherish Lombard. This is our brand new digital show, News 5 Now. A lot coming up for you. Hurricane Debby made landfall in Florida as a Category 1 and is drenching the southeast, where that storm seems to be headed now. Parts of one local school need a scrub down before classes begin, and that's supposed to happen in just 2 days, where a lot of mildew is being cleaned. And video you have to see. I just watched it and my jaw dropped. A plane crash landing on a golf course. Keep it right here.
This is News 5 Now, streaming live to your neighborhood and around the world.
Hello again, everybody. I am Cherish Lombard. Thank you so much for joining us here for our brand new show, WKRG News 5 Now. Since it is new, maybe this is your first time joining us. Welcome. We only did it a couple of days last week, so this is our third broadcast. I want to tell you a little bit about it. Every day at 5:30, every night, if you will, join us right here. We want to see you live. We want to have a conversation with you. We always want to know what you think about the stories we put on air, and that includes right here. So the biggest stories of the day, the 5 biggest stories of the day, that is the first thing we will do as soon as you tune in. 5 biggest stories of the day. We want to hear from you on the question of the day on our Facebook page, and you can leave us a comment. We'll share some of those comments. We're going to do that in just a few minutes. And something else, a bonus. Every day on our WKRG Facebook page, you will find a poll, and we want to know what you think about that too. So vote in that poll, and we will share all of that right here, again, every day at 5:30. All right, so we are going to start with what I just mentioned, counting down those 5 biggest stories of the day. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's do this. All right, number 5, Mobile County Public Schools are back in session this week with new safety measures in place. School security leaders call the machines you're looking at right here advanced weapons detection systems, kind of like the ones used at Disney World and big sporting events. They pack more power than a regular metal detector. Middle and high school students will not need to empty their pockets to be scanned, and that's going to speed things up. Also, new vape detectors installed in the bathrooms at middle and high schools within the public school system. Finally, students have to lock up their phones until the end of each school day. I know a lot of kids are going, "Aw," but you know there's a reason. They can be distracting. Okay, speaking of Mobile County Public Schools, number 4, mildew spotted inside Theodore High School. Again, 2 days before students are set to go back to class. School board member Johnny Hatcher says he walked around the school and he saw sporadic mildew in about half the classrooms he visited. He says he also saw what he believes could be traces of mold. Crews are scrubbing the areas down, and Hatcher says it is an eyesore, but he feels it will be safe for students to return to class on Wednesday. Number 3, that video I was telling you about. Look at this. Oh my gosh. This is in Sacramento, California. Now watch the guy you're about to see as the plane. Him. Look at, whoa! Goodness gracious, I would have been running a lot faster than that. He was shocked. Sunday, California, emergency in the air. The pilot tried that emergency landing. The plane, you see, slide across a putting green, almost hit that golfer. Probably still a little confused today. Boom! Smashes into the pro shop and restaurant, and we are so happy that no one on the ground is hurt. Whew, gosh, can you imagine being there? The pilot, by the way, has minor injuries, is expected to recover. Number 2, deadly weather in Florida has our local power crews on the move. Teams from Baldwin EMC left today around lunchtime. Hurricane Debby, again, made landfall as a Category 1 in Florida, knocking out power in Quincy early this morning. The 21 crew members are prepared from Baldwin EMC to work there for up to 2 weeks. They say they hope to be able to get the lights back on quickly and get back home fast. One lineman we talked with told us he and his team are ready for anything, and they are eager to help everyone in need there. Crews from Alabama Power are also heading to Georgia and Florida to help restore electricity after Debby. And number one, Debby is now a tropical storm, but it continues to make trouble heading north across Georgia into the Carolinas. Debby is blamed for 4 deaths at last check after coming ashore this morning with 80-mile-per-hour winds. Again, Category 1. 61 Florida counties remain under a state of emergency. 3,000 National Guard rolling to the hardest hit areas to help. This is a slow-moving storm dumping a lot of rain and expected to dump up to 2 feet in the most soaked area. And of course, we all know what that leads to: dangerous flooding. Our chief meteorologist, Ed Bloodsworth, is staying on top of this for us. He is keeping an eye on Debby, and he will let you know where that storm is headed next. But again, he said it's more that rain that just keeps dumping. He compared it to what we all remember, Sally, dumping a lot of rain in our area. Those are the 5 biggest stories of the day. See, that was easy. Now, want to talk about something else. This is where we want to get your input. The question of the day I mentioned on Facebook, and we had it up. A lot of you answered, and we appreciate your answers. So we're going to do this every day with this brand new show you're watching now at 5:30, WKRG News 5 Now. Our question today: how should Pritchard, Alabama, fix its gang violence problem? This comes after Sheriff Paul Birch and Pritchard Police came together and said, yes, there is an issue and it has to be addressed. So we want to know what you are saying. You probably want to know too, right? So let's scroll through. Here we go to Georgie, gang task force. And when you catch them, don't let them bond out. Sandy says one of the major reasons for this is if they get caught breaking the law, they get a slap on the wrist. If they go to prison, they sleep all day, play cards, and talk on illegal phones that are getting in and hustle all night long. Prison is like a vacation for them. We have Cheryl, who says real men are needed, real fathers. Then we have Tangula. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Tangula? Tangula. I always want to pronounce your names correctly, so I hope that's how you say it. Says the community needs to get together and parents need to talk to their kids more. Jacob says higher education and career incentives. Then you have Tawana, has a long comment, says they need to have a conversation with the larger cities that have got the gang violence rate lowered. Also give the people of the community something to be proud of. Build that community back up. Lastly, give these children something to do besides sports. Teddy, realistic efforts from everyone. Kevin, Pritchard has been rough as long as I've known it. I'm from New York, but a regular to Mobile since 2000. It's really interesting. Kevin, I've been talking to my mom a little bit about this. So she grew up in Mobile and said when she was little, she always wanted to live in Pritchard. Pritchard was the sought after place to be. So it's interesting how things have changed through the years. You have our next comments both say the same thing. Todd and Robin both say National Guard. So again, you can still comment on that question of the day, and we're going to have another one for tomorrow. I also mentioned that Facebook poll. We want to get your opinion on this. And this one, I'm feeling this one. Every day we're going to have a poll for you. You vote. Today's says it's back to school time. Are you ready for the kids to go back to school? Oh, I'm not. And I know some of you mamas and dads are feeling me here. There are days, right? There are days where it's like, oh, please, let school start tomorrow or maybe later today. But then there are other days where you just want to hold on to them. My 5-year-old just lost a 4th tooth last night. And at first he was very excited. And then all of a sudden he got really sad and cried for an hour. And I held him on the bathroom floor. And what I gathered was from the little bits he would tell me, he doesn't want to grow up. He wants to be my baby forever. So I reassured him that he will always be my baby, no matter how old he is when he turns 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And moms, dads, I know you feel me, especially mamas out there. They will always be our babies. So we just have to reassure. As far as the poll, 39% say, let's go back, but 61% feeling like me, saying, not yet, not yet. A lot of kids going back to school this week, and then the remainder local will go back next week. So we just got to be brave for them, right? Be strong for them. All right, everybody. So that's how this works. We have the 5 biggest stories of the day. We have our question of the day. We post on Facebook. We have our poll we want you to vote in, and we want to hear from you. We want this to be a conversation where we get to know each other. We want to know who is watching, who's joining us for WKRG News 5 this morning. WKRG News 5 at 5, the 4 on 5, 6, 6:30, 9, 10. Thank you all, by the way, for that. And thank you so much for joining us here. News 5 now. We already have the question up if you want to vote in our poll for tomorrow, and also the question of the day up on our WKRG Facebook page. Take a look. Let us know what you think. We'll read more of your comments here tomorrow, and also share what you think in our poll of the day. All right, I think that covers it. The next Facebook poll, by the way, are you watching the Olympics live, on demand, or not at all? Question of the day, again, already on Facebook. Many areas we cover have been under heat advisories. What is your favorite way to beat the heat? Yeah, share those, please. Because those AC bills are going up, 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 up. Love to hear some other ways. Tomorrow night, 5:30, we will do this again. Hope you will join us. News 5 now. Vote in the poll, question of the day. And we are looking forward to having you back tomorrow right here. And be sure to watch WKRG for WKRG News 5 at 6 and 6:30. Then on our sister station for WKRG News 5 at 9 tonight before you go back for WKRG News 5 at 10. Thanks for being here, everybody. Stay safe, stay positive.